This is Gilbert Owori from Media 360, and we are continuing from the last video where we left off, chart of accounts. In this video, we're going to go through something very important, which is setting up items to sell in QuickBooks. Items are very important because QuickBooks can track your inventory live, and any changes you make in your items are reflected in your inventory. You can also create service items. We're going to create a service item. We're going to create an inventory item and a non-inventory part. So to create an item, we simply click on company section here, click on services, items and services. Okay. To create a new item, we're going to start by creating an inventory item. You come to the bottom down here, click on this drop down menu, click on new. When you click on new, it will bring a list of all the types of items that you can create in QuickBooks. But now we're going to create an inventory part. An inventory part is the stock that you buy that you want to resell. So I'm going to click on inventory part, then the dialog box changes. In this box, we put the name of the item. The name of the item we're going to put is Panadol. Okay. Here you can put the manufacturer part number if you're dealing in parts. Here you can make it a sub item of a group. Here is the unit of measure that we'll put, that we need. Okay, you can put parts. In this box we put the purchase information. It can be put description that will appear on purchase orders. We'll put keywords headache. Okay, in this dialog box, in this option here, we put the cost of each Panadol. I'll put it at 700. Okay, here is the account that's going to track the cost of goods. As you can see, QuickBooks already set up some accounts like cost of goods accounts, so it will be used to track the sale of these goods that we buy. In this option, you put the preferred vendor, but it's only optional. It's optional, you don't really have to put it. This here is the sales description that will go on the sales receipt or on the invoice when you sell this particular item called Panadol. In this section, we put the selling price of each, put it at 700 each. We're going to put 1000. Okay, so in this box we put the selling price. Here we put the cost at which we bought it. Here, if there's a tax which is applicable, we can select it, or we can add a new tax. We'll select non-tax. Here we put the income account where the income from the sale of this item will go. So let's look for the sales. We put it in the cash sales. There's no sales account, so we're going to create a new sales account by clicking add new at the top. We give it a name. I'm going to call it sales income. Put the description, the income from the sales. You can put a note, so I'm going to click OK. So all the income from the sale of this Panadol item will all go to the sales income account. We can track the sales of Panadol from this account. So here we got the inventory information. Here we can put the reorder point, the point at which QuickBooks will send reminders when you reach that point, or when you need to reorder more stock. So we put it at 10. This will be different depending on what kind of business you're in. Here you can put the maximum order that we need to have. On this box we put on hand. So I'll put 200. I'll put 200 on hand. Okay. But now look at this section. The total value changes. It has got 200 times the cost at which we bought them, 700. So the total value of our stock is 140,000 as of this day. Okay, so I save by clicking OK. When I save, it's showing me on the item list. I have Panadol, the description, it's an inventory, the income account, sales income, the quantity I put 200, on sale nil, and the price 1000. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and create another item. We're going to create a service item. You can also create service items, but this time, instead of going and clicking down here, we're going to click Ctrl N. We're going to press Ctrl N on the keyboard to set up a new item. This time we're going to set up a service item, and it's the first item at the top. I click on it. I have to put the name of the item. Okay, I'll call it training. Okay, here I can put the unit of measure. Here I can put the unit of measure. Okay, here I put the description of the service. Okay, I put a description. Here I put the rate at which we're charging the training, or at which we're being paid. So I'll put 4 million tax. I'll put non-taxable, and here I choose the account. Here is where you determine whether this training is an income or an expense. I'll choose the sales income, so all the money that comes from this training will all be tracked from the sales income account. So I click OK to save. Then finally, so the non-inventory part. Okay, these are items that you buy for use in your office that you won't resell, like staplers, paper, items to like stationery, things you buy to use in the office that you're not going to resell. Okay, that's not part of your stock, so it's called a non-inventory part. I click on the non-inventory part. I put the name. I'm going to put staples. Here I put the description for the office. The price, I put the price. Here tax, I put none. Then account, I choose account by typing office, and it automatically brings office supplies. I click OK. So that's how you set up items in QuickBooks, and I've showed you how to set up a service item, inventory item, and non-inventory part. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and join me in the next video where we shall be setting up invoices and using these same items that we've created.